What's going on, everybody? December 29th, 2023. It's Friday. Last work day of the year, 2023. Then we'll have a 3-day weekend. Then we'll be right back at it on Tuesday. Brand new year. We'll have some brand new content. All right, today we got into a no heat call. It was on a Trane heat pump. Customer was giving us all kinds of weird self-diagnosis he was doing on it, but the blower wasn't coming on at the end of the day, so take a look. All right, we got a Trane split system here, heat pump. When we first got here, we turned the thermostat on, outdoor unit came on, but the blower did not. And I hear the outdoor unit coming on again, but our blower is not running for whatever reason. So we need to figure out what's going on here. All right, the first thing I'm going to do here is just check to make sure we have a G call. Yeah, our outdoor unit's gonna keep cycling like that. I don't want to cut anything off because you don't want to reset anything. But the chances are that outdoor unit's cutting off on high pressure. So for some reason, I don't have a good G call. I only got like 12 volts on G. So if we go between, I don't know if I can get it there. All right, so between R and common, we have 27. But if we go between G and common, I only got 12 volts, which is extremely weird. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to jump R to G and see if we get fanned then. All right, well, I forgot my jumper wire, but if I jump between G and R, my fan comes on. My fan relay clicks and it comes on. So either I got a broken wire coming from my thermostat, or I have no G call from the thermostat. Let's go ahead and turn it off. We know what we got going on now. So let's see if we can troubleshoot this. Okay, so what we've done here is I've taken the G and the W wire off. It could be literally any wire, but I just picked G and W. And I've connected them together here. So we're gonna go up top at the thermostat. We're going to pull those two wires off the thermostat and check for tone and see if we have a broken G wire. If we have tone, then we know we have something going on with the thermostat. All right, here's our G wire. We just want to make sure that's tight in there. I don't know what that tape is about, but see, that's not tight in there at all. You see that? That just came right out of there. Not sure why that's not tight in there, but that's probably our problem. Let's make sure all the other ones are tight. I got the power off. This one's tight. That's tight, tight. I have no idea why just that G wire's loose. Tight, tight. All right, let's put that back in there. Let's just, well, since we did what we did, let's go ahead and pull these two off and just check for continuity between the two. All right, Kenny, grab the meter, set it here, and then we're gonna set it, hit select for tone. All right, take your wire leads and put one on each one of those, and we'll see what we got. See if we got tone. We do. Okay, so we know those wires are good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put those back on and tighten it down like it should be. Actually, it seems like it is tight in there. The screw's tight anyway, so I'm not sure why it's loose in there. We'll figure that out though. So we'll put our W wire back. Unless it broke, because that does look a little short. So unless it broke off in there, which is always a possibility. I don't see any pieces of wire in there though. that's tight. They're all tight now. Just double check. They're not super tight. I'm getting a little turn on every one of them. All right, Kenny, go ahead and grab that thermostat. We'll go ahead and snap that back on. And we'll go underneath. Let's see what we got. All right, we got a delay on our thermostat, but we do have it turned back on now. So give us a couple minutes and we'll see, because jumping it out down here won't prove anything. So we got to wait for the thermostat to time out. Shouldn't take long. All right, well, we got blower now. Sweet. Let's just double check and make sure we got, because what was weird is I was hearing a relay clicking before. I didn't hear that relay click this time. I was pretty sure it was probably for the electric heat, but I thought it might have been a blower relay, but we have an ECM motor here, so we wouldn't need a relay. Let's just check to see if we got it. Yeah, see, we got 26 volts now, so we're in business. You know what, now that I'm thinking about this, let me put this panel on while I'm talking. While I'm thinking about this, there goes the electric heat. The electric heat won't come on unless there's a G call. So that's why once I gave it a G call, the electric heat came on. It's a safety feature. All right, our blower's running. We're off to the races. She's heating. We are in emergency heat right now. Also, it's a Pro 5000 thermostat, and if you raise it more than 2 degrees of its set point, it's coming on. That emergency heat's coming on. Sometimes that's hard to explain to a customer, but especially one that doesn't look at their thermostat all the time. They just see emergency heat and they think there's an issue, but with that thermostat, it's the way it is. And I think that's part of the reason why Honeywell took off the display that said emergency heat off their T6 model. So the customer just doesn't even know when their unit's in emergency heat. All right. Yeah, guys, no idea why that wire was loose in there. I think maybe it broke off in there for whatever reason, but either way, there was no G call. And we got the wire connected back, got them back up and running, no biggie. So next up, we have a vacant retail space that has no heat for 2 units, and the landlord really didn't know why at first. But we figured out real quick why he didn't. Take a look. All right, we got 2 units here. Actually, more than that. They did a tenant fit out for this property. Installed 3 new units for the tenant, but the other space, the vacant space, has these 2 units that aren't working. So they had cut the power off to them. And I think also they don't have any gas. So we're gonna have to see how we can get them some gas, probably do a pressure test. And that one, the thermostat's blank on, so we're gonna see why the thermostat's blank on that one. So this one at least runs, blower runs and all, but I'm just gonna confirm there's no gas going to it just by pulling this plug here and seeing if we have any gas. And there's none. No gas at all. Let's put this hat back on. All right. Let's see what Kenny's got going on over here. Let's turn this one back on, because after I did turn the breaker on, the thermostat was still blank. This heat exchangers, you get a lot of surface rust on these ones. We'll have to check the heat exchanger. Kenny, pull this panel here. All right, we're gonna see why this thing's not running. All right, it seems this one doesn't have any power. no power. Yeah, we don't have any power coming to this one. So we gotta figure out why that is. All right, we're gonna inspect this heat exchanger on this one before we even go any further, just to make sure there's no cracks. A lot of it's just surface rust. But if they're gonna crack at the seams. I don't know, I think I got something there. Let's get a screwdriver. Maybe not. I thought I put my finger through that at first. It's not went through yet, but it's not far off. All these seams are in bad shape, but they're not all the way through yet. All right, we'll look at this a little bit further, but it doesn't look like there's any cracks or holes time being. It's just this side looks like crap. Now, I think I found it. I turned these two on before. It's probably this one though. That's the only other three-phase breaker. Yeah. All right, we got power now. All right, well, I jumped this one out. It's at least trying to light. I have no reason to believe it wouldn't light if we had gas, so. All right, here is our missing meter. That's the meter for the new space. And here's our plug. So what really needs to happen here is this here needs to connect to here. However, I don't think I need to do all that just to do my pressure test, and I think the gas company would hook that up anyway when they come to do their meter set. So really I'll need to pull that plug out and then adapt from that down to where I can use a pressure gauge. All right, we're gonna pull this plug out of here and drop our test rig right here and do our low pressure test first, making sure there's no leaky gas valves or anything like that. And then we'll do a high pressure test. Leave the gauge on and let the gas company do their thing. And I believe they'll probably also connect the meter right there. So here's our test rig here. We went from 1.5 inches down to our test rig. I did use a bushing here because that's all I could get. You can't leave a bushing on a gas line, so this is just for testing purposes. So I'm going to pull my valve core out of there so I can do a low pressure test first. All right, we got our tube set up here, our manometer, and all we're going to do here is we're going to blow into this a couple times and put some pressure on it for our low pressure test. That's one blow. Try it one more time. We got it kinked over, and then we'll just hook it up to our manometer, see what we got. All right, looks like we got about 20.2 inches of water column, which is pretty good, which would be, let's see how many PSI that would be. It'd be about 0.7 PSI. So that's probably about, maybe a little bit more. Oh no, this delivers 2 PSI. Okay, so it's still good for a low pressure test. So we'll go back to inches of water column. I keep on passing it. There we go. And we'll let that sit for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. See if it drops. If it doesn't drop, we know our low pressure test is passed, and all we have to do is a high pressure test at that point. Which it did drop 0.1, but that might be equalizing. I'll have to wait and see. All right, if we're going off 20.1, it did drop 0.1, but I think I can live with that. I think we're good to do our high pressure test. All right, we're filling up the line with nitrogen now. I just take my refrigeration hose and press it up against the we got her up to 15. We'll let her sit for a while and make sure that holds. I don't know if you guys can tell this, but it seems it has dropped just a hair. So I'm gonna go around and start soaping some stuff up. See where it might be leaking at. Found the leak. Found it pretty quick too. I guess I probably should have investigated once I had that low pressure. It did drop 1 or 2 points. Look at this thing go. Holy crap. Man, and my closest union is there. All right, I got this union broke here, so I'll take it off in as big of pieces as I can. So I'll take it off here, then I'll take it off at that 90, and so forth. All right, moving right along, and now I'll take off from that 90 right there. Then I can take off. Then I can take off the rest here, right here. Craziness. It's been pretty simple getting this 1/2 inch off. And with that off, we can take this guy off. He looks like he's been moved anyway, so it's probably not even very tight. Yeah, see, somebody moved that. I mean, it's not tight, but it's not loose either. It feels like it's, I don't know, very inconsistent. There it goes. Try redoping it and just putting it back in there. All right. Filter back up to 15, and we'll see how it does. I haven't connected the rest of that piping. I just doped the leaky fitting and put it back on. All right, looking good. This side too, all around. We look good here. I think that was just leaking off of the bubbles that were dropping before. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, we got our gas line back intact. good to go. All right, we're still dead on 15. I think we're good here. Now the gas company just got to come set their meter. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope everybody has a nice, safe new year. If you're going out, if you're doing any drinking, make sure you're not driving. You have a designated driver. Be safe out there. If you like today's content, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. I'll see everybody in the new year. We'll have some great content. Looking forward to 2024. I appreciate every single one of you all for subscribing, for watching the videos. We're over 3,100 subscribers now, when we did it all since April. So in under a year, we grew this channel to 3,100 subscribers, and I appreciate every single one of you all. All right, guys, Happy New Year. I'll catch you on the next one.